beautiful. Incredible soybeans, gorgeous field. Oh, hi. Mike Bell here to talk about the agroecology of health and justice. Oh, let me get my mask off. There's no one here except me and the soybeans anyway. Hey, you. Hey, go away. What are you doing here? I'm trying to make a video. Oh, okay. You can make the next one. But don't forget, okay? I get to make the next video. Whatever. See ya. See, I'm not alone. We're never alone. As I talked about last week, the agroecologist is always thinking about how we're never alone, how we always live in context, and how contexts have consequences for us, just as we have consequences for context. This week, we're focusing on a crucial set of consequences of context. How we, and the animals we often eat, we eat plants, and therefore we have to pay close attention to the ecological constraints on plants, as you will have heard in the other lectures for this week. Now, it's not easy to grow beautiful, healthy soybeans like these. The health of the soybeans depends upon the health of our ecological relations as well. Our human health thus depends upon ecological health. But there are some other important dimensions of context going on here. These soybeans, they aren't for tofu. They're for livestock feed. Livestock that we will largely use for food. The health of animals is just as important, including the health of animals that we don't use for food. When non-human animals are unhealthy, we can easily become unhealthy as well. Because we're animals too. Meow. Woof. Woof. There's an important new concept that has emerged in the last decade or so to try to articulate these important unities. The idea of one health. One health, because we're all in this together. So let's think about how it can work for everyone, human and non-human alike. Now, this mutual interdependence is often described as the one health triad of healthy people, healthy environment, and healthy animals. The recognition of One Health was brought about by a recent series of epidemics and even pandemics of zoonotic diseases. Zoonotic, that is, diseases that originated in other animals. HIV, West Nile virus, Lyme disease, Ebola, swine flu, bird flu, SARS, and now, almost certainly, COVID-19, also a zoonotic disease. In fact, some 60% of human infectious diseases are zoonotic in origin, and so are about 75% of newly emerging diseases. Many come directly from our agricultural interactions. But we also need to note that there are striking social inequalities in the human consequences of zoonotic diseases. For example, consider the vast disparities in who is getting and who is dying from COVID-19. Alas, these disparities typically align with major social inequalities in environmental consequences in general. These inequalities raise crucial questions of environmental justice. You can think of these social environmental inequalities along two dimensions. There are environmental justice issues across time. For example, think of the justice of our current carbon-based economy and what climate change means for the people of the future, including the future of our very own selves. We are not just burning carbon, we are burning up the lives of those in times yet to come. And there are environmental justice issues across social space. That is, across our social differences here in the present. Think of the justice impacts of the effects of climate change that we are already seeing. Differences like how poor and minority sections of U.S. cities often experience temperatures on hot days that are 20 degrees higher than whiter, leafier suburbs, which increases rates of premature, underweight, and stillborn children, especially among Black mothers, according to a 2020 study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association. But environmental justice also has a crucial third axis, environmental justice across species, just as the One Health framework reminds us. The way to get to One Health is to have one justice, a justice of all in all, and all for all. Because we're not alone. And that's a really, really wonderful thing. Perhaps it's the most wonderful thing there is.